Hey yo, it's Brian here today talking about the San Francisco 49ers. As always, talking about the 49ers and the Chiefs, the three people, in my opinion, that have the most pressure coming into this Super Bowl, win this Super Bowl because a lot of things are at stake in terms of legacy and just future outlook for both players and coaches, whoever's involved in my list for the future. It's going to be very important, and yeah, I just want to talk about this because if you win this one, then you're regarded as one of the greats. If you don't win this one, then you're regarded as a big choker, essentially. You don't want to be one of those players or coaches that have great regular season careers and what have you, but in the playoffs, they didn't really do too much. You don't want it like a Dan Marino or Jim Kelly, unfortunately, because those guys, as much as they've been fantastic quarterbacks in their time, they didn't win the big one, and they're not regarded as much as like Joe Montana or John Elway, those guys, because they have Super Bowl rings. So, yeah, a lot of things at stake for this game in terms of legacy, and I really want to talk about this definitely. Going to get the video started, but before I do, please like and subscribe. That's going to help out a lot. Share this content, share this channel if you're a 49er fan, definitely, or if you're a Chief fan having to stumble upon this video. Anyways, going to get the video started. 49ers versus Chiefs. Three people, in my opinion, that have the most pressure coming into this Super Bowl and to win it all. Number three, in my opinion, is definitely Jimmy Garoppolo. I think he has some pressure coming into this Super Bowl just because of the fact, one, you look at his whole season in totality. A lot of people are like, "Oh my gosh, the defense carried him. He has such an awesome defense. Oh, he only threw 8 passes in the NFC Championship game against the Packers, something crazy like that." But yeah, I think this is a very important Super Bowl for Jimmy G because if he wins this, then he will be regarded as one of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL. If he does not win this one, if he causes a fatal mistake in the end of the game, like an interception or a crazy, terrible fumble, then he will be regarded as, I guess, a choker. I don't know. I mean, he's been clutch all year long for us in San Francisco, but to do a fatal mistake like that, not really good at all. And he has turned the ball over a couple of times in the whole regular season, postseason somewhat, but for him to play really well, it's very important. I believe he will play really well. Maybe he might not have to do anything. I mean, if the 49ers can just run the ball like they did against the Packers in the NFC Championship game, then maybe Jimmy G can only attempt 10 passes and what have you. But I believe in this one, Kansas City, they're going to be honing in on the run game and making Jimmy G throw. And I believe Jimmy G, he will step up to the pressure and he will do really well. Because the moment for me, looking at him all season long, is not too big at all. But the Super Bowl is kind of a different animal psychologically, and you don't want to make a mistake in this biggest game of the NFL season. So definitely Jimmy G, some pressure just because of the fact we don't want to regard him as a turnover machine. And also, if he wins this one, then he'll be the savior of the 49ers essentially. So yeah, a lot of things for Jimmy G. Number two, in my opinion, is definitely quarterback Patrick Mahomes. So let's go to the other quarterback now. I think Mahomes, he has a lot of pressure just because of the fact everyone's anointing him as one of the greatest quarterbacks right now in the NFL. And if he can win this one, then definitely he would be the number one quarterback in the NFL. If he does not win this one, if something happens terribly in this game for him, like an interception, like Jimmy G situation, then he's going to be regarded as a choker definitely because he has come up a little bit small in the couple of playoff appearances that he's made, like the NFC Championship game last year. It wasn't completely his fault. It was kind of, D Ford's fault, but at the same time, not being able to beat the Patriots, that has to sting definitely. And they probably would have beaten the Rams if they would have made the Super Bowl last year, but unfortunately they did not. And Patrick Mahomes, he does not want that on his resume, that he can't win the big one. He's only a regular season quarterback, something like that. So Mahomes, all the talent that he has, been a great quarterback for 2018 and 2019 as well, but if he doesn't win this one, then I think a lot of implications for him definitely. And also the contract, he really needs to get that big contract, almost $200 million now, whatever it is for the market for quarterbacks. If he wins this one, oh man, his market's going to go woo, skyrocket. But if he loses this one, then it might taper a little bit in terms of contracts, but a lot of stake for Patrick Mahomes in terms of legacy and contract talks as well. So definitely number two. And number one, in my opinion, the guy that has the most pressure in this whole Super Bowl 54 game, whatever you want to call it, is definitely head coach Andy Reid. He is the epitome of a great regular season coach, but a big choker in the playoffs, definitely. I mean, you've seen some of his playoffs with the Chiefs and the Eagles. He's had a lot of bad moments, definitely, just because of the fact his clock management is not really the best. Maybe he'll learn his lesson definitely in this Super Bowl, but just for his whole career in Philadelphia and Kansas City, he's been an awesome regular season coach, but just getting to the playoffs, he just hasn't had a lot of success, definitely, in terms of going really far in the playoffs and winning it all. He made it to the Super Bowl one time against the New England Patriots in 2004, and they weren't able to close the deal. So we'll see what he can do in this Super Bowl. Can he close the deal against the 49ers in this Super Bowl? If he cannot, then, man, he's going to be regarded as one of those guys. He just can't win the big one at all as a head coach. He's had a lot of, I guess, bad luck, whatever you want to call it, or just bad clock management. But yeah, a lot of pressure on Andy Reid to win the Super Bowl. He's been a coach for a long time now, I think since 1999 all the way until now. If he can't win the big one, oh man, it's going to put a big sting in terms of him as a playoff coach. So a lot of things he can right the wrong in this one if he can win this one, but if he cannot, then those criticisms are definitely going to be coming at him, definitely, if he does not win this one against Kyle Shanahan and company. So yep, that's it guys, pretty quick video. Just want to talk about the 3 guys in my opinion that have a lot of pressure coming into this Super Bowl to win it all. And yeah, hope you guys did enjoy this. If you guys like this, please like and subscribe. That's going to help out a lot. Comment below if you guys agree or disagree with my list. And yeah, I'll be catching you guys up tomorrow on Saturday. I'll see y'all then. Bye guys, love y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your weekend. Go Niners all day, hot boys.